Many of you may know that I am an English major at the beginning of my college career, and that taught me a lot about what happens in a story. It taught me a lot about how to look at any writing, no matter what it is, and say, here's the plot, here's how it's worked out, here's how it goes together. I am wanting to, let's start that over. Ha! This story has a plan. So any story, your story, or the story of your clients is the same thing. We all follow that story. We all wait for the end of the story. When we have an issue come up or a problem, we want the end of it. We want the solution. We can't move forward until we get to that solution. My husband's truck is pausing our video because it thinks I'm driving. We want to wait till we get to the end of the, we want to solve the problem. And that's where we get to that happy ending. That's where we can move on to the next level. We can move on to the next part of our story. Every story begins with a problem. Every story ends with the solution to that problem. And our animal stories always begin with, well, you know how they go. The client, your client begins with, well, he was born on a cold, dark night, and now he's 15 years old. So that's not really the beginning of that story. The beginning of the story usually starts with, I became too busy to take care of my animal. I couldn't get him outside to poop or pee in time, and he pooped in the house and I had to fix it. I couldn't finish the competition because my animal couldn't finish it with me. Things like that are the way stories actually begin. You might say, that sounds like the end of many stories. Well, it could be. But for animal chiropractors, that's oftentimes the beginning of the story for those patients who come in and want to succeed. They want to go on and finish their story. They want to go on and have a happy ending. Animal chiropractic is really about happier endings. And the endings for animals where people are, number one, willing to spend time. Number two, willing to spend, to learn something. So learning is hard. So people who are willing to do the hard thing and learn something as an animal owner are the kinds of people who will come to you to be your clients. And it's the happy ending that they are looking for in their story. And quite honestly, sometimes those happy endings happen sooner rather than later. And sometimes those happy endings have a couple more steps to them. And we find that our clients get to that happy ending faster if we remind them where they started. So we always take a video. That video at the beginning helps us to get to that happy ending. What can you do for your patients and clients? So the story might start off with, there was a storm last night and 3 of my cows got out. Okay, why did they get out? They didn't get out because there was a storm. They got out because their nervous systems were high drive, sympathetic tone, and they couldn't calm themselves down in the storm. They couldn't find the calm in the storm. The rest of the herd did fine. Those 3 didn't. Those are sometimes reasons for a chiropractic adjustment. That is a reason. It's not sometimes. Those are always a reason for a chiropractic adjustment. My 3 cows got out because there was a storm. It's time to adjust them. Probably adjust the whole herd so that they all are harmonizing and resonating at that same level of sympathetic and parasympathetic tone. Animal chiropractors, you are the solution, the person in the story who takes the hero or the person who has the tragedy or the problem and moves them through to the end of the happy ending. You're the guide who helps those patients get the happy ending. You're the guide that helps the client get through to the happy ending so that they know, number one, that they've done everything in their power to solve their problem, and number two, so that they know that, hey, there's more to it. They have to learn something before they can get to that happy ending, and you're there to teach it to them. If you're a veterinarian or a chiropractor and would like to learn how to lead these clients through their story to that happy ending, find us today at animalchiropracticeducation.com, where we train veterinarians and chiropractors to build successful animal chiropractic practices. One of the biggest things that we do here at Animal Chiropractic Education Source is train doctors how to be the guide. We train them how to work with their clients. We train them how to understand that their clients they're not stupid. They're coming to you for education. And you are able to educate them because that's what we train you to do. That's what you know how to do. You are the leader, and people follow you because they're watching you all the time. Find us today at animalchiropracticeducation.com, where we will train you to be a successful animal chiropractor.